Welcome back to The Porcupine Presents, where we explore the golden age of radio, not just as entertainment, but as a record of how Americans imagined danger, heroism, and order in an uncertain world. Tonight's selection marks a deliberate shift in tone and audience, but not in seriousness of purpose. Captain Midnight debuted in 1940 as a juvenile adventure serial, aimed primarily at younger listeners. Yet, like many such programs of its era, it carried with it the anxieties and aspirations of the adults who wrote, sponsored, and listened along. Long before America entered World War II, the show articulated a vision of heroism grounded in discipline, technological mastery, and moral clarity. Qualities imagined as necessary for a world on the brink. This episode presents the opening arc of The Mysterious Voice, spanning episodes 1 through 5. Rather than a single, self-contained story, this is the beginning of a serialized narrative designed to unfold incrementally through daily cliffhangers and escalating suspense. Listeners are meant to be carried forward by momentum rather than resolution. At the center is Captain Midnight himself, an aviator, leader, and organizer, confronting an unseen antagonist whose disembodied voice signals a threat that is everywhere and nowhere at once. Authority is challenged not through open rebellion, but through secrecy, disruption, and psychological pressure. What you'll hear is not subtle storytelling, but purposeful storytelling. A world divided clearly between order and chaos, trust and deception, preparation and vulnerability. In its simplicity lies its historical value. This presentation includes episodes 1 through 5, with commentary framing the arc. Afterward, the remaining episodes of The Mysterious Voice will be available without interruption for listeners who wish to follow the story to its conclusion. Stay tuned after these first 5 episodes to hear analysis and context. This is Captain Midnight and the long-form suspense of radio adventure, just as it was meant to be heard.
The Skelly Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 3 times each week by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Always watch for that red, white, and blue sign with the big letter S that stands for Skelly Service. But first, listen. Did you ever see an airplane pilot start the engine of his plane? Well, listen, I'll show you how it goes. First, of course, he winds up his inertia starter, then he turns on the switch, releases the starter, and... There. That's the way an airplane motor starts, fast as a flash. But now listen. Does your family car start like that? Does the motor in your family car snap right into action the minute Dad steps on the button, just like an airplane motor does? Or does your car sound more like this when Dad goes to start it up in the morning? Well, sir, I don't know whether your car sounds like that or not, but if it does, here's something for you to tell your dad. Something to help make your car start like an airplane. Your dad doesn't want your car to be slow starting. He wants it to be the fastest starting car in your block, just like you do. So listen, the chances are 100 to 1 all your car needs is a faster starting gasoline. So, if you want to do Dad a big favor, ask him to try a tank full of Skelly tailor-made Aeromax gasoline. And here's why. Skelly Aeromax gasoline is tailor-made for quick starting in your weather. It's weather right for your car. Say, won't you and Dad both be proud of your family car when it starts like an airplane? You just watch and see if Dad doesn't turn to you with a great big smile when he sees how fast your car starts with that tailor-made Skelly Aeromax gasoline. So remember, if you want your car to start like an airplane, fast as a flash, tell Dad to stop at your Skelly service station for some good old Skelly Aeromax, the gasoline that's tailor-made for quick starting in your kind of weather. And now to Captain Midnight. Last time you remember, during the parade of Fiesta, Chuck Ramsey and Patsy Donovan went outside the courtyard and into the plane formerly flown by Ivan Shark's chief pilot, Gardo. Chuck tuned the plane's radio to the wavelength used by Captain Midnight's Spartan, and he and Patsy distinctly heard a feeble voice calling for help. It is now early the following morning. Captain Midnight and Chuck are in the cockpit of the plane, and the famous pilot is trying to tune out the static on the radio. Listen as Chuck exclaims,
"That's strange, Captain Midnight. We can't hear anything now except that static."
Oh, I can't understand it, Chuck. Either this set isn't working right or those signals you heard aren't being transmitted anymore.
It sure seems funny. The words came through distinctly last night.
You mean very clear?
Well, no, not terribly clear, but still clear enough for Patsy and me to get the meaning.
And then you said a voice faded out, huh?
Yes, it did. And I tried everything I could think of to get it back again, but I couldn't do any good.
Well, now, wait a minute. Did you change the tuning any?
Yes, I moved the knob back and forth, but just a little bit. And I also tried the volume control.
The first time you undoubtedly had the set tuned perfectly, but some weather condition caused it to fade. Then, when you changed the setting, you couldn't get it back again.
Oh, gosh, Captain Midnight, I guess you must be right. If I'd only waited and hadn't touched the dials, the voice would probably have come in again.
It's about the size of it. You know yourself how delicate a tuning you have to make on shortwave stations.
Boy, I'll say. I remember back at Black Gulch. Well, you saw the radio set Steve had. Oh, it was a peach, too.
Yes, I remember. I got stations from all over Europe one night.
Well, what I was going to say was this.
Yeah?
Lots of times I used to get stations, and the tuning was so sensitive that if I moved the tuning dial about 1/100th of an inch, I'd lose the station altogether.
Yes, and that's the situation we're up against right now. Well, I don't think there's any use fooling with this the way it is.
Gosh, are you going to switch it off?
Yes, right now.
Gee, well, what are we going to do?
Now, let's think back a little. You were tuned in to the wavelength we always use in the Spartan. Now, there are only a few people in the world who use that wavelength. And I don't think any of them are within 3,000 miles of us.
Except Major Steele and Conley.
Right. And another thing. Major Steele and Conley are the only ones using that wavelength who are probably in trouble.
That it must have been Major Steele or Conley.
No, not definitely now. There may be others using that same wavelength. But reviewing all the facts, I think the chances are 100 to 1 that it was Major Steele.
Oh, gosh, they must need help badly. Well, hadn't we better take off and see if we can find them right away?
No, wait a second, Chuck. We don't know where Major Steele headed. All he said was that he was going to try to get to some airport across the border.
Gosh, you're right. We're not sure which direction he went.
And another thing. We've started to check this plane over, but we haven't finished. And you know the kind of country we're going to have to fly over.
I'll say. It's bad. Rugged mountain ranges and deserts.
So you see, it'd be foolish to take off over a stretch of bad country without having any idea what course to follow and not being sure of the condition of our plane.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been so hasty. But what can we do?
I'll tell you that right now. Now, you know how radio reception is. Usually when the sun's out and it's nice and warm, there's a lot of static and signals don't come in very well. But at night, when it's clear and cool, they come in fine.
And it was about 11 o'clock last night when Patsy and I heard that voice.
Exactly. So we're going to wait until tonight and try again. In the meantime, we'll have an opportunity to get a couple of jobs done. We'll check this plane thoroughly and be sure it'll stand up under a long cross-country flight. And the next thing, we'll find out the direction those signals are coming from.
Gee, how are you going to do that?
Doesn't Senor Pareda have a workshop around here?
You bet he has. And it's well equipped, too.
Oh, where is it?
It's on the eastern side of the garden wall. Don't you remember that little building north of the courtyard?
Oh, yes. Now I remember. Okay, now I'll go over there and see if we can make what I have in mind.
Gee, what is it?
I'll see if you can guess. But just as a clue, I'll say what I said before. Now, if possible, I'm going to make something that will tell us the direction from which those signals are coming.
Good morning, me Capitan. Hi,
Oh,
sir.
here's Pebbles. Good morning, Pebbles.
Hi there, Pebbles, you old stick in the mud.
Oh, I am not the stick in the mud. I am Don Pablo Ronaldo Garcia Carasso Ponte Parane Pebbles.
All right. Well, I'm going over to the shop. Why don't you stay here for a few minutes, Chuck, and talk to Pebbles. Then, if I don't come back very soon, you come on over. I'll need you to help me.
Okay, Captain Midnight.
Oh, and another thing. Don't give Pebbles any flying lessons until we finish checking that plane.
Right you are, Captain.
Oh, mi amigo, that's the big disappointment to me. It's such a good morning, I think perhaps you'd take me up and give me the flying lesson.
Gosh, Pebbles, I'd sure like to. But you heard what Captain Midnight said.
Oh, but the plane, it fly before. It must fly now.
Well, it'd probably fly all right. But Captain Midnight's figuring on a long cross-country trip. And we've got to know it's in good condition before we take off.
Then you go with El Capitan?
Well, I guess so, Pebbles. At least I hope so.
Oh, that's the excellent thing, mi amigo. For if you go, then Pablo go too. You see, the plane, it holds 4 passengers.
Gosh, Pebbles. You'll have to ask Captain Midnight about that.
Oh, but you see, I am already the flying man. I will be the big help to you and El Capitan Midnight.
But you don't even know how to fly yet, Pebbles.
Oh, Poof, what's that? I've already decided to take the aviation course, so that makes me the flying man. You will ask El Capitan Midnight to let me come along, Chuck?
Well, I think you'd better ask Captain Midnight yourself.
You go on the trip to find this Major Steele and Connolly, Noisfordine?
That's right. We're going to see if we can't find them.
Oh, Patsy tells me about them. She thinks they've had the crash.
Yes, and that's what Captain Midnight thinks. You see, their landing gear was damaged, so they couldn't let it down. But they were already in the air. So Major Steele said he was going to fly to some airport across the border, repair the plane, and bring help back to us.
But, mi amigo, how does Major Steele make the landing when the gear cannot be lowered?
Well, a good pilot can do that, Pebbles. You see, the tires of the wheels stick down below the body a little bit, even when the gear is in the retracted position. You just have to be careful to keep the plane absolutely level. Well, otherwise, one wing will dig into the ground.
Oh, I see, mi amigo. Well, it's not so difficult after I have the flying course. Then I will be able to do that, too.
Of course you will, Pebbles. I think you're going to take to flying like a duck to water.
Oh, you bet the sweet neck, Chuck. I will be much better in the air than the duck is in water.
Oh, that a boy, Pebbles. Captain Midnight says there's one thing that's most important in flying. You've got to have a lot of confidence. You've got to believe in yourself.
Oh, say, I am so excited, mi amigo. I can hardly wait to get to the Spartan Flying School.
Oh, then it's decided you're going there.
Oh, see, my uncle Don Juan, he says he wishes me to go to the best flying school in the world. And he says the school El Capitan Midnight says must be the best one.
Oh, gee, Pebbles, I'm sure glad. Well, you'll have a swell time there. And before you know it, you'll have your license. Oh, what kind of a course are you going to take?
Well, that I do not know, mi amigo. Well, is it not one course to learn to fly?
Oh, gosh, no. They have many courses. You can take a short one, which will give you a private pilot's license. Then you can take the longest and best one, which will give you your transport license.
Oh, but there is only the one course I wish to take.
And which one's that, Pebbles?
I wish to take the course which will make me the Lindbergh.
But gosh, Pebbles, they don't have any course like that. Whether or not you become another Lindbergh depends on you.
Oh, then, mi amigo, it's very simple. If it's up to me, then I have already decided. I will be the Lindbergh of Mexico.
Oh, that's the stuff, Pebbles. If you work hard enough, maybe you will be another Charles Lindbergh. Well, I guess I'd better go over to the shop now. Captain Midnight said if he didn't come back very soon, that I was to go over and meet him.
Well, let us shake the dogs then. I will go with.
Hours have passed. It is now almost 11 o'clock at night. Captain Midnight, Chuck Ramsey, and Pablo are gathered together about an apparatus which Captain Midnight has made and which has been placed on a table outside the workshop. Let's listen as Chuck says.
Gosh, Captain Midnight, I should have guessed it right away. Why, it's the same kind of an outfit you use to triangulate a position for a lost ship.
Oh, but mi amigo, I do not understand.
Well, I'll explain it to you, Pebbles. This apparatus is nothing more than a movable antenna on a circular base. Now, on the bottom of the base here are marked the points of the compass. I've taken a shortwave radio set, which your uncle had here, and I've constructed this base and antenna to go with it.
But, mi Capitan, I do not see how it works.
Well, you'll see in a minute, Pebbles. Now, we all set there, Chuck?
I think we are, Captain Midnight. The set is connected to the battery, and the battery's just been charged, so we have plenty of juice.
Mm-hmm. All right, now. I'm going to switch it on. See what we can get.
Oh, gosh, I can't hear a thing but static. Are you sure it's tuned to the Spartan's wavelength?
Well, I'm as sure as I can be, Chuck, with this dial. Of course, it might be a little bit off.
Well, how about increasing the volume a little, then shifting back and forth close to the Spartan's wavelength?
Okay. Now, wait. Turn up the volume a little bit there.
Right.
Easy. Oop, that's enough.
Okay.
But, mi Capitan, why do we not hear the signal?
We'll get some, Pebbles. That is, if there are any.
Of course, something may have happened to Major Steele and Conley. And also, maybe the battery in the plane has gone dead.
Yes, I know it, Chuck. Lots of things may have happened. But we're going to keep trying just the same. There now. I believe I have it tuned as well as I possibly can get it. Next thing is to orient the antenna now.
But gosh, if we don't get any signals, that won't be of much help, will it?
Oh, Chuck, not very much. Static can come from any direction. But we do know this much, that Major Steele and Conley are somewhere north of us. They might be a little bit northeast or a little bit northwest. But the general direction is north.
Well, maybe we do not get the signals at all. Maybe.
Oh, listen. The static has decreased.
Mm-hmm.
We must be getting close to a station.
Listen, Chuck. You work the tuning now while I handle this antenna. Maybe we can get something that way. What?
Listen, what's that?
Quiet, Pebbles, quiet.
Can you hear me?
We've got something. You hear that voice? Can't we bring it in sharper?
hear me? Can you hear me? Can...
What voice is this which Captain Midnight and Chuck have succeeded in bringing in on the shortwave radio set? Is it actually the voice of Major Steele? What will Captain Midnight do? Tune in Monday to Captain Midnight. Now, don't forget that tip I gave you just a few minutes ago. You want your family car to start like an airplane, I know. You want your car to be the fastest starting car in your block. Then remember, won't you, tell your dad to try some fast-starting Skelly Aeromax, the gasoline that's tailor-made for quick starting in your kind of weather. Stop by your Skelly service station tonight. Tell your Skelly man you want your car to start like an airplane. Tell him to fill that tank with tailor-made Skelly Aeromax, the gasoline that gives you quick starts because it's weather right for your car. Now, don't forget to tune in again Monday, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight, brought to you by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Someone is in dire distress, but how can Captain Midnight and Chuck go to his assistance when they can get no clue whatever as to the location of the voice? If they do succeed, will it be too late? Be sure to listen Monday. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly man, saying goodbye and happy landing! The Skelly Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 3 times each week by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. See, we have another swell treat for you tonight. You all seem to enjoy hearing from Captain Balfour so much last week that I told the captain we'd like to hear from one of his own student pilots there at the Spartan School of Aeronautics. Well, it was no sooner said than done. So here's young Henry Rankin, flying student from the Spartan School of Aeronautics in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Where's your home, Henry?
I live in Gastonia, North Carolina, sir.
Gastonia, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, Henry, if you live in North Carolina, how'd you happen to choose the Spartan School of Aeronautics way out in Tulsa?
Oh, that is easy. I'd heard of the Spartan School for years. It's one of the best flying schools in the country. It's fully government approved, and they teach all branches of aviation, so a student isn't limited to just one phase of the industry.
Well, you seem to have some good reasons, all right. By the way, are you a member of the famous Dawn Patrol there at the Spartan School?
Yes, sir. Every student pilot in the school is a member of the Dawn Patrol. I think it's one of the greatest flying clubs in the country. The biggest thrill of belonging to the Dawn Patrol is going on one of our big cross-country flights when we start out with as many as 15 planes and hop off for some city 500 or 600 miles away.
Say, boy, that must be a thrill. By the way, I understand you're training pilots for Uncle Sam there at the Spartan School as well as private flyers.
Yes, that's true. We have a staff of 50 instructors and 67 training ships for the use of a student pilot.
Say, I had no idea the school was that large.
Oh, yes, and that's not all. We have 17 modern buildings and 5 separate flying fields.
Well, boy, I can see that's really some air school. But tell us now, Henry, what part of your student training do you like best?
Well, of course, the actual flying is the most fun. But all the work is mighty interesting to anybody that believes in the future of aviation. We study radio, navigation, meteorology, airplane mechanics, and even learn all about airplane construction there at the Spartan factory where they make those famous Spartan monoplanes.
Well, you certainly should be well trained when you graduate from the Spartan School. Say, when I buy my first plane, maybe you can be my chief pilot.
Okay, Don Gordon. And we'll use nothing but Skelly Aromax gasoline and good old Skelly Tagaline motor oil, just like we do down at the Spartan School.
All right, Henry. Boy, it's a deal. Thanks a lot for coming up here tonight. And I'm speaking for every Flight Patrol member when I say, happy landing. And now to Captain Midnight. The famous pilot constructed a revolving antenna with a circular base on which are marked the points of the compass in the hope of discovering which direction the mysterious radio signals are coming from. As our adventure opens today, the scene is late at night outside the workshop of Senor Paredes' hacienda. Captain Midnight, Chuck, and Pablo are gathered around the crude apparatus which Captain Midnight and Chuck have made. The sound of a voice speaking indistinctly is heard coming from the radio. Listen.
What can we do, mi Capitan?
There's only one thing we can do, Pebbles. We've got to get this radio tuned sharper. Now then, Chuck, here's what you do. I'll see if I can tune it in clear, and if I do, you turn the volume up while I rotate the antenna.
Right you are, Captain Midnight.
I just can't seem to get it on the nose.
Well, the whole trouble is it requires a too sensitive setting.
Yes.
Injured man.
Oh, listen to that. It's much better now.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Quiet, now, quiet. I'll see if I can improve on that. No, that won't do. I should have left it where it was.
Help. We must have help at once. Injured man needs attention. Our location as follows.
Well, why does he not continue?
Oh, he is continuing, Pebbles, but we can't hear him.
It must be Major Steele or Bud Conley. No one else would be using that wavelength.
Well, I'm going to give this thing a rest. I'm going to cut the switch. Now, we'll look at this antenna, and we'll make some calculations.
I saw you moving the antenna. Did you get the position where the signals came in loudest?
Yes, as well as I could. Didn't have much time, though.
Oh, see, the time was very short. The voice came in, and then it goes.
What kind of a reading did you get?
Here it is. Here, take a look at it.
Jiminy crickets. It's almost straight north.
No, wait, Chuck. No, it's a little bit east of north. Now, look, I have the base marked in units of 10. You see? It's almost at 10 degrees.
No, not exactly. I'd say that 12 would hit it closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just about it. All right, we call it 12.
Oh, but me amigos, I do not understand.
Well, it's like this, Pebbles. I turned this antenna until those signals came in loudest. Then I left it that way. Upon reading the degrees at the base, we find out the exact direction from which those signals were coming.
Oh, that's the wonderful thing. Now you know the direction in which to fly.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing, Pebbles. It may not be exact, but it's as close as we can get with what we have to work with. Now, where's that map we were looking at?
Here's the map.
Oh, fine. All right, now, spread it out on this table. There.
Now then, let's see what kind of a direction 12 degrees would be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, there's a board with a straight edge over there, Pebbles. Hand it to me, will you, please?
Oh, see me, Captain.
That's it, thanks. Now then, here we are at Senor Paredes' hacienda. Now, we draw a line straight north.
But how do you find the 12 degrees, mi Capitan?
I'll show you that, Pebbles. Now, here's a circle I made with a piece of cardboard. You see, now it's marked off in degrees, starting with 0 and going to 360. This is what we call a protractor. It's used to lay off courses on a map.
So you see, Pebbles, your aviation course is beginning right now.
Now then, you see, we put the protractor on the map with the center at the hacienda. The 0 point, or true north, is turned so it coincides exactly with the true north line on the map. Now then, here. I put a dot with my pencil at 12 degrees right there.
Shall I take off the protractor?
Yes, Chuck, go ahead.
There.
Now, Pebbles, I take the straight edge, I draw a line from the hacienda to the dot which I made with my pencil. Now, that will be the direction from which the signals came in loudest, and will be the course which we will have to follow.
Gee, when will we start?
Well, at daybreak, and let's pray for good visibility, because that's something we've got to have in order to do any good.
Oh, please, mi Capitan, I should like very much to go with you.
Oh, listen. Someone's coming.
Oh, see, it's Don Juan and Senorita Patsy.
Ah, mi Capitan. You have had the success?
Well, Senor Paredes, yes and no. We heard a voice all right, but we're not absolutely sure it was Major Steele or Bud Conley.
But did you hear someone? Was it on the Spartan's wavelength?
You bet it was, Patsy. Right on the nose.
See, and we hear the voice call for help, Patsy, and he tells about the injured man.
An injured man? Gosh, Captain Midnight, it must be Major Steele or Bud Conley.
You have made a decision, mi Capitan? You take off in the airplane?
Yes, Senor Paredes. I'm taking off at daybreak. Chuck and I have checked that ship left here by Gardo. Seems to be in good condition.
See, I have asked El Capitan Midnight to let me go along.
No, Pablo, you should not do that. If El Capitan Midnight wishes you to go with him, he will ask you.
Oh, that's all right, Senor Paredes. Pablo is eager to do some flying, and I don't blame him. Yeah, but the more I think of it, the more certain I am that we'll have to leave him behind.
Oh, it's the big disappointment, El Capitan.
No, Pablo, you must not say that. You should have not asked in the first place.
Oh, now you'll have plenty of chance to do some flying later on, Pebbles. And here's the situation. The plane will only hold 4 people. And we'll have to take some supplies with us, too.
Gosh, if somebody's hurt, we've got to take along a first aid kit.
You bet we have. And we've got to be prepared to camp out if necessary.
But who are going, Captain Midnight?
I'll answer that, Patsy, by outlining what we need. Now, we're going to fly a course that at best is none too accurate. We'll have to fly high, and I need 2 persons, one on each side, to watch over the side of the ship. Well, they should be persons who have had a good deal of experience in picking out ground objects from the air. Well, very definitely that means you and Chuck.
Gee, that's swell.
We'll do the best we can.
If Major Steele and Bud Conley have had a forced landing along this course, we've got to locate the plane the first time over. We won't have any time to waste making circles and flying back and forth.
Si, senor, es verdad. It is the truth.
And besides, we won't have any extra gas.
But mi Capitan, that makes 3 people. There's still room for 1 more.
Yes, I know it, Pebbles. And I know how anxious you are to go, but that other place must be taken by someone who's an experienced nurse. That means Patsy's mother.
Ma's a wonderful nurse.
And another thing, Ma knows how to set broken bones and fix up injuries.
You bet. Well, that makes up the crew.
But, mi Capitan, you will return again?
Certainly, senor. I don't know exactly when, but we'll come back sometime.
But gosh, Captain Midnight, what about Pinky Drake and Slim Pool? They've got to have some way to get home.
Well, I'll either fly back or send Chuck for Pinky and Slim, and Pebbles here at the same time.
Then you will take me to the Spartan Flying School?
Yes, Pebbles. Either Chuck or I will see that you get there.
Oh, whoopee! It's the cat's mustache.
Well, I guess we'd better break up now. We've got a lot of packing to do, and we've got to get some sleep.
Just the 1 minute, El Capitan. I have the good news for you.
Yes, Senor Pereira? What is it?
I have delivered the prisoners to the authorities. Some of them will be in the jail for the long time.
Well, gee, Senor Pereira, what happened to that fellow named Rossman?
They do not have the record on the man Rossman, so they turned him loose.
No, that's swell. He told us everything he knew, and he promised he'd go straight.
Yes, and I hope he keeps that promise, Chuck. Well, come on, everyone. Let's get together the things we'll need for the flight tomorrow.
And come on, Patsy. Let's get packed right away.
Captain Midnight and his friends packed the plane and got a few hours' sleep. Then, at daybreak, they took off from Senor Pereira's hacienda, and as we find them now, they're flying at 5,000 feet. Captain Midnight is at the controls with Chuck in the other forward seat, while Patsy and Ma Donovan are in the rear. Let's listen as Patsy exclaims.
Gee, Captain Midnight, we've flown for over 3 hours and haven't seen a thing that looks like a wrecked plane.
Yes, I know, Patsy. But we're still a long way from the border, so don't become careless. If we should fly over the ship without seeing it, we'd be out of luck.
No, we can't let that happen. If we did, we never would find Major Steele and Conley.
Oh, sure, my eyes are getting tired from watching the ground below. After you look a while, it becomes just a blur.
My eyes get to feeling that way, too. And I have to make myself pick out different objects beneath us.
No, I don't look at everything. I just try to figure out which would be the most logical spots for a ship to try and land in.
That's the system, Chuck. That's what we all can do.
But if Major Steele's motor stopped, well, he wouldn't have much choice.
Well, you see, Mrs. Donovan, it's like this. Now, it was daylight when Major Steele and Conley headed for the border. Now, I warned them about the gasoline in that ship. That being the case, Major Steele would certainly fly high enough so that if the engine quit, he would have a choice of places in which to make a forced landing. So, as we fly along, I just asked myself what spots I would make for if this engine should quit.
Why, sure. If we look at every possible landing field, we can't possibly miss them.
Oh, yes, we can, too. Don't forget, we're flying this course, but it may not be absolutely correct. They might have been forced down farther out on either side of us.
True enough. All we can do is to keep going on this course and hope that we're close enough to see them.
What will we do if we don't see them?
Well, we'll keep going, Patsy, across the border and land at the first American airport we come to. Then I'll organize a search party and we'll come back and comb this country thoroughly.
You mean with planes?
Yes. I'll get so many ships in the air that one of the pilots is bound to see them.
And you can set up radio listening posts to try to get those signals again.
Yes, Patsy, we can do that too. And by having several different posts like that, we can tell their position within 5 or 10 miles.
Sure. You can get their position by triangulation. Whereas now all we know is that they're somewhere along a straight line.
Oh, sure, and why don't you turn on the radio again? Maybe we can hear them now.
Well, I've tried several times, but we haven't had any luck.
Quick, Captain Midnight. Look down on the left. I think I see something.
Where, Patsy, where?
Oh, I see it. But it looks like an airplane wing.
Yes, it does. And we're going down to look.
Well, what have Patsy Donovan's keen eyes picked out? And is it, as Chuck Ramsey has exclaimed, the wing of an airplane? Has Captain Midnight's crude apparatus led them to Major Steele and Bud Conley? Listen Wednesday and find out. Tune in to Captain Midnight. Say, wasn't that something to hear from a real flying student from the Spartan School of Aeronautics? Gee, who knows? Maybe some of you fellows and girls will be going to that famous flying school yourself someday. But now, I want to tell you about the big treat that's in store for us tomorrow night. You see, every single member of Captain Midnight's 1940 Flight Patrol is going to receive, absolutely free, a great, big, beautiful...
Wait a minute, Mr. Gordon. Mum's the word.
What? Oh, I can't tell him, huh? Say, come to think of it, that's right. Well, you listen to the next adventure of Captain Midnight, and I'll tell you all about it first thing, I promise. And oh boy, is it some surprise. You just wait and see. It's for every member, and it's absolutely free. So don't forget, tune in again Wednesday, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight. Brought to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Have Major Steele and Bud Conley been found? If so, have they been rescued in time? Or is this one of Ivan Shark's planes? Be sure to listen Wednesday. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly Man, saying goodbye and happy landing! The Skelly Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 3 times each week by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. But first, I know you're all waiting to hear about the big surprise gift I started to tell you about Monday. That swell new gift for every member of Captain Midnight's 1940 Flight Patrol. And say, you'd never guess what it is. It's something you couldn't get anyplace else in the world. It's really 3 presents all in one. 'Cause listen, it's a picture of 3 of your very best friends. Captain Midnight and Chuck Ramsey and Patsy Donovan. Yes, sir, a swell big picture of all 3 of them, all standing together there in front of Captain Midnight's big monoplane. And what's more, this picture is autographed to you. Captain Midnight and Chuck and Patsy have all signed their full names under their pictures with a special greeting to every member of the 1940 Flight Patrol. Say, wouldn't Ivan Shark give a lot to get his hands on this picture with all our friends' names signed in their own handwriting? But believe me, Shark couldn't get this picture for any price. No, sir. They aren't for sale. They're for Flight Patrol members only. But now listen. Here's how to get your swell new picture of Captain Midnight and Chuck and Patsy absolutely free. You just stop in at your Skelly service station the next time you're out in the family car. Show your Skelly man your Flight Patrol membership card, and he'll give you your free picture right then and there. That's all there is to it. You don't need any seals or labels or box tops or anything like that. All you do is show your Flight Patrol membership card to your friendly Skelly man. He'll give you your free picture and a good big smile thrown in besides. And say, boy, won't you be proud to have your very own autographed picture of all 3 of your famous friends. A big, clear picture to put up in your own room or on the wall over the radio or in your secret hiding place where you keep all your other valuable treasures. Well, I know this much. You'll surely treasure this brand new picture of Captain Midnight and Chuck and Patsy. And think of it. It isn't going to cost you a single penny, not even for a stamp. Say, whatever you do, don't forget to ask Mother or Dad to stop by your Skelly service station with you the very next time you're out in the car so you can get your own free picture right away. And now to Captain Midnight. The voice heard indistinctly over the radio asking for help is believed to be that of Major Steele or Bud Conley. In an effort to find them, Captain Midnight, Chuck Ramsey, Ma, and Patsy Donovan have taken off in the blue-winged plane formerly flown by Ivan Shark's chief pilot, Gardo. After flying for 3 hours without any success, Patsy calls out suddenly that she sees something below, and then Chuck exclaims that it looks like an airplane wing. Listen as Patsy says.
Gosh, Captain Midnight, it's an airplane wing, all right, but it's all torn to pieces.
There's no question about it. It's a broken wing of a plane. But whether it's from the Spartan or not, I can't tell.
Sure, and I think I see some numbers on it.
What? What's that, Mrs. Donovan? Where do you see numbers?
On that thing hanging in the tree.
I see what she means. It's a different piece, not what we were looking at before.
Oh, sure, I see it too. It must be part of the other wing.
And there are numbers on it, all right.
Those will be the plane's identification numbers. We should be able to tell right away whether it's the Spartan or not.
Oh, quick, Captain, look. I can see only 3 numbers. The rest must have been torn off.
Where are they, Chuck?
Oh, wait. I see them. And, wait a minute. I'll bank the ship a little bit. Oh, yes, now I can see better. The first numeral is 7. The next one is 2, and the one following that is 3. It must be the Spartan. Those were the last 3 numerals of our identification number. There can't be any doubt about it. And that's what's left of it.
Oh, but if you heard Major Steele's voice, he must still be alive.
Well, now watch it now. Uh-oh, we're down plenty low. I'm going to circle around, see if there are any signs of life. Now watch it.
I can't understand why Major Steele picked this place.
He didn't pick it, Chuck. Something must have happened.
Look, Captain Midnight, look. I see something down between the trees.
So do I. Hey, it's the fuselage. That's what it is.
You're right, Chuck. The body of the plane is down between those trees.
Now I can see the nose. And even the propeller.
Yeah, I saw it too. Now I've lost it.
Oh, the poor fellas. I guess they can't be alive.
Gosh, Captain Midnight, how are we going to land and find out?
I don't know yet, Patsy. I'm beginning to wonder.
I think I know what happened, Captain Midnight. Major Steele was trying to get in that open place just beyond and didn't quite make it.
You're right, Chuck. I've been looking at that spot myself. I think Major Steele was trying to get in there, and he just couldn't stretch his glide far enough.
Gee, do you suppose we can land there?
I don't know. We'll have to look it over first.
Oh, sure, and I think I saw something. A man.
What?
Where was he, Ma?
Down between the branches of those trees.
Hold it now, hold it. I'm going closer.
There is someone down there. What? Oh, he's right in the cabin door.
He's trying to get out. He's looking up at us. I can see him so clearly.
Watch it, everyone. I got to pull up.
Oh, what can we do, Captain Midnight? That was Major Steele. I'm sure of it. He must be injured, and there's no telling what's happened to Bud Conley.
We've got to get first aid to them right away. But we can't take any chances of cracking up ourselves.
What about this open place? Don't you think we can get down there?
Oh, it's pretty small. But I think you can do it, Captain Midnight.
Yes, I know I can do it, Chuck, but I'm thinking about getting out again. But wait, I figured out a plan. We're going down for a landing, all right now? Buckle your belts, everyone.
There. Mine's buckled.
So are mine and Ma's.
Which way are you going to land?
It all depends on the direction of the wind.
Well, the wind was from the south when we started.
Sure. We had a tailwind then.
Wait a minute. Still blowing from the south, see? See the leaves in those trees? They're turned backwards.
Oh, that makes it swell. You can go downwind, then side slip and land against the wind. And you'll also be going uphill.
That's the idea, all right, Chuck. All right. I'm throttling the engine now.
Boy, are we losing altitude fast now.
Be sure your belts are buckled. That ground looks very rough.
I'm pulling mine up tighter. You better do the same, Mom.
Oh, sure, and mine's so tight now I can hardly breathe.
Oh, we're turning back into the wind. Oh, gosh. Look at Captain Midnight side slip.
Oh, look out, Captain Midnight. The wings are going right into the ground.
No, they aren't. You wait and see.
Look at that wing come up, Ma. And we've turned into the wind.
Oh, we're down below the treetops now.
Oh, look out. We're going to hit those trees.
No, we won't, Ma. Look.
See? Captain Midnight's changing direction. The plane's straightened out.
Watch it now, watch it. We're going to hit.
That was sure swell. You might think we were landing on a big airport.
Oh, praise the saints. That ground sure feels good again.
All right. I'm going to let the ship coast as far as possible because the south end of the field is nearest to Major Steele and the Spartan.
Oh, you're not even going to be able to get there without using your engine.
Yes, I'll have to give her a burst or two, all right?
A little bit more and we'll be there.
Now, the first aid kit is in the baggage compartment behind the rear seat.
I know where it is. I'll get it out.
That's the stuff, Patsy. We'll have it ready as soon as we bring the ship to a stop.
Shall we bother to turn the plane around?
No, we won't do that. We haven't got time now. All right, here we are. I'll cut the switch.
I've got the first aid kit.
All right, come on now. Let's pile out. Looks like rough going, so we'll have to help Mrs. Donovan.
Okay, I'll get the door. Come on, let's hurry. Come on, we're almost there. I see the nose of the ship.
Look, Major Steele seems terribly weak. He can hardly walk.
Oh, Major Steele! Major Steele!
I'd hardly know him. Look at the beard on his face.
Captain Midnight. Chuck.
Barry, what in the world has happened to you?
Conley. He's inside. Help him first.
Oh, what's the matter with him, Barry? Is he hurt bad?
He didn't get hurt. Plain. He's sick. Some kind of a fever.
Oh, have you got any water, Major Steele?
Yes. Donovan. In a thermos jug inside the cabin door.
Oh, quick, Patsy. Give me that first aid kit.
Go in. Help him quick.
Are you all right, Barry?
Yes, I'm all right. Just a little bit weak. Go in with Conley. He's in the cabin.
All right. We'll be out in a minute. Come on, Mrs. Donovan. You and I'll go in first.
Is there anything Patsy and I can do?
Yes, Chuck. Go back to the ship and bring back that small alcohol stove. Open a can of bouillon and fix some broth for Major Steele.
Well, that'll be fine. But hurry. Hurry to Conley.
Patsy and I'll be back in a jiffy.
All right, Mrs. Donovan. Let me help you into the cabin. Yeah, that's it.
There, now, I'm all right. Oh, sakes alive. There's Conley on the floor, lying on some blankets.
Yes. He's got a high fever. I can see that.
Oh, there's some quinine tablets in the first aid kit. We've got to get a couple down his throat.
Oh, yes. There's the thermos jug that Barry spoke of.
Oh, here's the bottle of quinine tablets. Now, give me the cup and the thermos jug.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. Here you are.
We won't be able to get him to swallow these tablets the way they are. We'll have to grind them into powder.
All right. Drop them in this cup. Here's a little stick. I'll grind them into powder with that.
There you are.
It won't take a second to grind them up.
Oh, sure, they're crumbling up good. Now, there, that's enough. Now pour some water into the cup. There, that should be enough. Now hold him up if you can, and I'll try to get this down his throat.
All right. Come on now, Bud. Come on, old boy. We're trying to help you now. We're going to bring you out of this, Bud.
Oh, sure, he won't open his mouth.
Well, I'll see if I can force it open. Come on, Bud.
Oh, there, now you've got it open.
All right. There, Bud, there. Now you're all right. Now lean back in these blankets.
Sure, he got it down all right, and it'll do him a lot of good.
How high a fever do you think he's got?
Oh, about 104, I guess. But I'll take it in a couple of minutes to be sure.
What do you think we'd better do with him, Mrs. Donovan?
Oh, I don't think it's safe to move him. That is, unless you can fly him out of here in the plane.
I don't know about that. When I landed here, I figured if necessary, I'd have Chuck fly the ship out empty and go for help. Now, with Conley this sick, I may have to change my plans.
Oh, sure, and what you ought to do is to get Conley to a hospital right away. And Major Steele, too, for that matter.
I don't think we can take both of them out at the same time. We may not be able to take off even one. I'll have to go and take a look at that field first.
Well, in the meantime, we've got to break up this fever if we can. If it lasts much longer, well...
Yes. You stay here, Mrs. Donovan, while I go out and see Major Steele. Between us, we'll decide what's best to do.
All right, Captain. I'll be giving Conley some more quinine in a little while.
Good.
How's Conley, Captain?
He's in pretty bad shape, Barry.
Yes, he's got some kind of fever. Just what kind, I don't know.
How long has he been sick?
Well, about 5 days. But the fever's been getting worse every day.
Well, what happened to the first aid kit? I always used to keep one in the Spartan.
We threw it overboard.
Threw it overboard?
Yes, we were having engine trouble. We were getting lower and lower. Finally, just clipping the treetops. We kept throwing out things to stay in the air. Those blankets Conley is lying on were all we had left.
Yes, I guess something like that must have happened. Otherwise, you never would have landed here.
I was trying to get to that open place, straight ahead. The place where you landed. But we just couldn't make it.
You're lucky to be alive, judging by what I see.
Both wings were torn out and settled into the trees. Luckily, the engine wasn't hurt. We had some gas left. Not very good, though. That's what let us down.
Yes, I was afraid of that gas. Remember, I told you about it.
We thought we could get to the border, but she kept overheating and finally cut out. Twice a day, I've been running the engine for about 5 minutes and calling for help over the radio. But we're down here so low and engines kept missing, I didn't know whether the signals got out.
Yes, they got out all right. That's the only way we found you.
What are you going to do, Captain? I know you won't have an easy time taking off from that small clearing here. There are too many of us for your ship. And, well, just what are you going to do?
It's a tough problem, Barry. But it's got to be answered. Because a man's life depends on it.
Well,
In coming to the help of Major Steele and Bud Conley, Captain Midnight has again made a dangerous landing in a small jungle clearing. The lives of several people are now at stake. What can be done? Tune in to Captain Midnight. Now, don't forget, get your free autographed picture of Captain Midnight and his two young friends, Chuck Ramsey and Patsy Donovan, at your Skelly service station the next time you're out in the family car. It's a swell big picture photographed right in front of Captain Midnight's big silver monoplane. Boy, you'll sure be proud to show your friends your very own picture of your three most famous fellow members of the 1940 Flight Patrol. But remember, none of this is going to cost you a single penny. It doesn't cost anything to join, and it doesn't cost anything to get this swell new picture of Captain Midnight and Chuck and Patsy. It's absolutely free to members of the 1940 Flight Patrol. So, the next time you're out in the car, ask Mother or Dad to stop by your Skelly service station. Show the Skelly man your Flight Patrol membership card and get your autographed picture tonight. And don't forget to listen Friday, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight. Brought to you by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. With Bud Conley dangerously ill and hundreds of miles from medical aid, Captain Midnight is faced with another baffling problem. A human life is at stake. What will he do? Be sure to listen Friday. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly man, saying goodbye and happy landing! The Skelly Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 3 times each week by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. But say, fellows and girls, have you got that grand free gift I told you about the other day? That swell big new picture of Captain Midnight and his 2 young friends, Chuck and Patsy? Well, if you haven't, you better stop by your Skelly service station for your copy the very next time you're out in the family car. Because you'll certainly want to have one of these marvelous pictures as soon as you see them. Remember, you can't get these pictures anyplace else in the world. They're not for sale anywhere. And they're autographed to you by Captain Midnight and Chuck Ramsey and Patsy Donovan themselves. They're standing right in front of Captain Midnight's speedy monoplane. And they're all dressed in their flying suits and helmets, ready to take off. It's the kind of picture every air-minded fella and girl will be proud to own. So listen, why not be the first one in your room at school to have one? Wouldn't that be fun? Well, here's all you do to get this swell new picture absolutely free. It isn't going to cost you a single penny, even for a stamp. You don't need any seals or labels or box tops or anything like that. You just have Mother or Dad stop by your Skelly service station the next time you're out in the family car. Show your Skelly man your Flight Patrol membership card, and he'll give you your free picture right on the spot. If you're not yet a member of the new 1940 Flight Patrol, tell your Skelly man, and he'll show you how to join and get a free spinner medal of membership. That's all free, too. Yes, sir. Just ask your friendly Skelly man about it the next time you're out in the car with Mother or Dad. Now, don't forget, you'll sure want to have that swell autographed picture of Captain Midnight and his 2 young friends, Chuck Ramsey and Patsy Donovan. And they're absolutely free to members of the 1940 Flight Patrol. So stop by your Skelly service station and get your very own free copy of this marvelous new picture tonight. And now to Captain Midnight. The famous pilot, accompanied by Chuck Ramsey and Ma and Patsy Donovan, has found Major Barry Steele and Bud Conley in a deserted part of Mexico, several hundred miles below the American border. Conley, however, is dangerously ill with some kind of tropical fever. Major Steele himself is weak and thin from lack of food. It is now an hour after Captain Midnight made his landing. Patsy and Ma Donovan are caring for the rescued pilot, while Captain Midnight and Chuck are looking over the small clearing in which Captain Midnight landed the plane. Let's listen as Captain Midnight says.
To tell you the truth, Chuck, I knew when I landed here that I couldn't take off again with the plane loaded as it was, even under the most favorable conditions. And now, since I've been on the ground, I know such a takeoff would be impossible.
Gosh, then what are we going to do?
You're going to make the takeoff, Chuck. After watching you take that plane out of the small square in front of the temple, I'm well sold in your ability. And don't forget this. There's 50 pounds difference in weight between us.
You want me to take off with Conley?
Well, I'm not so sure yet, Chuck. It depends on what Mrs. Donovan says about his condition. I may have you take off alone, go for help, and return. Or we may decide to take a chance in sending Conley with you.
Is Conley's condition very serious?
Yes, Chuck, I think it is. Mrs. Donovan hasn't said much. But what she hasn't said carries more weight than spoken words. I've seen a lot of tropical fever, Chuck. It's bad.
But Ma Donovan's doing all she can to check it, isn't she?
Oh, of course she is, Chuck. But don't forget, we're not equipped like a hospital. All we've got is a few quinine tablets.
Oh, gosh. If the wind would only change.
Yes, we'd better pray for that. Because I'm afraid Bud Conley's life depends on it.
I've been looking at the field again, Captain Midnight. But there just isn't any other way to get off.
No, Chuck. I've studied this clearing from every angle. A shift in the wind is our only chance.
Of course, if I'm to take off alone, or even with Conley, we can do a few things to lighten the plane without dumping any gas.
Sure we can, Chuck. I'm taking that into my calculations. Now, I figure we'll take out the right front seat, the two rear seats, and clean out the baggage compartment. We could even take out part of the wall leading from the cabin to the baggage compartment and fix a place for Conley on the floor.
Sure, we can do all those things, and they'll help a lot, too. Oh, gee.
What's the matter now, Chuck?
Well, I was just thinking. We don't know how far away from civilization we are, and it certainly isn't likely we could get Conley out on foot. Or do you think we could?
No, Chuck, no. I don't think there's a chance. We might start and find it would take a couple of weeks to get out. We haven't got enough provisions for a trip like that, and our very existence would depend on our ability to shoot game for food.
And in the meantime, Conley would die.
Yes, that's certain.
Well, so our only hope lies in using our plane, and we're even prevented from doing that.
Yes, I know. Well, come on, Chuck. Let's go back to camp and see how Major Steele and Conley are getting along.
Okay, let's go. Well, I certainly hope he's going to be all right. Hello, Chuck. Well, how's everything, Patsy? How's Major Steele?
Well, I can speak for myself now, thanks to Patsy and Mrs. Donovan. That broth they gave me has made me feel like a new man.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that, Barry. Yeah, you look a lot better, too.
Yes, I feel I'm going to live now. But before you got here, I had my doubts.
How's Bud Conley?
You'll have to ask Patsy about that. She was in to see her mother a couple of minutes ago.
What about her, Patsy?
Well, I just helped Ma give him some more quinine, but I'm afraid he isn't any better.
Did Mrs. Donovan take his temperature?
Yes, it was 104.5.
Good night. 104.5. Well, that's pretty high, isn't it?
Yes, it's plenty high, Chuck. You can't stand that very long.
Yes, I know we can't. We're going to get him out of here just as quickly as we can. But for the time being, our hands are tied.
Well, that doesn't sound very good. What did you find out when you looked at the field?
We found out this much. A takeoff can't be made until the wind shifts to the north.
What direction is it blowing from now? I can't feel any breeze down here.
No, we're protected under the trees. But the wind is coming from the south.
And it's got to shift around to the north, you say?
That's it.
But gee, Captain Midnight, the wind might not shift for days.
Yes, I know. That's true, Patsy. And if it doesn't shift, it's going to put us in a bad situation.
You mean us or Bud Conley?
Well, primarily Bud Conley. But it may put us in a bad situation, too. We only have provisions enough for a few days. And so far, I haven't seen a bit of game.
No, it's plenty scarce, and I can't understand it, because this is a wild country.
Oh, by the way, I was going to ask you, have you done any exploring? That is, before you became so weak?
Yes, both of us. Before Conley got sick, tramped around for miles, but we didn't find a sign of human life. We could only estimate our position roughly, and from the map, we were afraid we were some distance from any town. We considered starting out on foot, but finally decided it would be more dangerous than staying with the ship.
I think you made a wise decision. If you had started to walk out and then Conley got sick, you'd have been sunk.
Yeah, there isn't the slightest doubt about that.
Gosh, Major Steele, you probably thought that when you didn't come back to us, that we'd start looking for you.
No, Chuck. I had very little hope of that. The situation being what it was, when I left you, I was afraid your hands would be full.
They were, Barry. Only too full. As a matter of fact, I think we were lucky to get away as quickly as we did.
Well, go ahead. Tell me about it. There isn't anything we can do for the time being. Mrs. Donovan is taking care of Conley, and you can't make a takeoff until the wind changes. So let us know what happened.
Well, the thing you'll be most glad to hear is that Senor Pereda and his daughter Dolores are safe.
Well, thank heaven for that.
And that's the good news we have, Major Steele. But we've got some bad news, too.
Bad news? What could be bad news after that?
Chuck's right, Barry. We do have some bad news for you. Now, you remember that you and Conley were trapped in that deserted cabin on the edge of that little mountain field where you landed?
I'll say I remember. That was one of the narrowest escapes I ever had. We couldn't get out of the shack because the place was surrounded by armed men. And then, the dirty rat set fire to it.
And if you hadn't found that hole in the floor leading to the old mine shaft, you wouldn't have had a chance.
No, Chuck. Conley and I would have been just as dead as that old tree trunk that you were sitting on.
But I still haven't told you the bad news. Who do you think those men were working for? The ones who had you trapped?
I haven't got the faintest idea. Mexican bandits, I suppose.
It was a lot worse than that, Major Steele.
You tell him, Chuck.
Okay. Well, Major Steele, those men were working for Ivan Shark.
Ivan Shark? Well, what do you know about that?
Yes, it was Ivan Shark. He'd stolen Senor Pareda's hacienda and was trying to make away with both the Pareda treasure and the huge herd of cattle owned by the Pareda estate.
Why, it seems almost incredible. But what's the bad news?
Well, when things ended, Ivan Shark escaped.
Escaped? Huh. Well, cheer up, Captain. After all, you're all alive and have your health. We'd better be thankful for that.
And we are, too. But it would have been a lot better if we had captured Ivan Shark.
And we almost had him in our hands, too, Major Steele. The morning he escaped, Captain Midnight and I missed capturing him by about a minute.
Well, a minute can be like 24 hours sometimes, Chuck. Some of the minutes I've been through lately have been like that.
And another bad thing. Shark's chief lieutenant, his daughter Fury, an Oriental named Fang, and a fellow named Gardo all escaped with him.
Did he escape by plane?
Yes, Barry. In that same plane Shark was flying when he was going under the name of Douglas Chadwick.
Yes, I remember. A bi-motored silver-wing monoplane.
That's it.
Same plane passed over this place the day before yesterday, about noon.
What?
I thought sure the pilot would see the torn wings of the Spartan on top of the trees.
Lupin Loops, what do you know about that?
Wait a minute. Which direction was he flying?
Almost straight north. The same course that you were flying.
Oh, gee, Captain Midnight. Why, Shark must have headed for the United States.
Evidently, because Conley and I were flying on the same course. We were headed for the nearest United States border.
Well, of all the nerve.
Oh, I wish I knew where he was headed.
There's no telling about that.
Well, I wish I had known who was flying that ship. I'd have tried to broadcast a warning. Though I guess it wouldn't have done any good, because you're the only ones who heard my call for help.
But you haven't told us what happened to you, Barry.
Well, there isn't very much to tell. As I said, we were headed for the nearest point on the border. About 100 miles after we left you that morning, the engine began to overheat. But it was very gradual, otherwise I'd returned back.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. The gas you had wasn't suitable for the Spartan's engine. But then what happened next?
Well, as the engine got hotter, we started losing revs. And then, little by little, we started losing altitude. There was only one thing to do, keep on going. I thought there might be a chance to keep the plane in the air until we got across the border. But finally, even after we'd thrown out everything that we could, we were right over the treetops. At last, I saw we couldn't make it. I was trying to pancake into that clearing ahead when we mushed into the trees.
That must have been a terrible moment.
We thought we were finished, I can tell you that. But we had strapped ourselves in tightly and weren't going very fast. And when we started scraping the treetops, I started pulling the nose up. Succeeded in killing some speed that way.
Well, Barry, you and Conley are lucky to be alive. Come on, Chuck. Let's get back to the plane. We've got a job to do.
Okay, Captain Midnight. What is it?
I'm going to send a code message to the authorities to be on the lookout for Shark's plane. Then, we're going to start lightening the ship so we can be ready when the wind shifts.
Look, there's Ma in the doorway of the Spartan.
Oh, Captain Midnight, can you come here?
Oh, certainly, Mrs. Donovan. Wait a minute, Chuck. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What is it, Mrs. Donovan?
Please come inside. I want you to look at Mr. Conley.
Oh, yes, of course I will.
I'm afraid Mr. Conley isn't any better.
Yes. Face looks very flushed. Oh, I see you have the thermometer in his mouth.
Yes, and I want you to look at his temperature. Here's the thermometer. Can you see? What is it now?
Yes. Yes, I see. It's 105.
Captain Midnight, we've got to do something for Mr. Conley. I've done all I could, and yet his temperature keeps going up. That can't go on much longer. If it does, you know what that means.
Bud Conley is in a very critical condition, or Mrs. Donovan wouldn't have brought Captain Midnight into the cabin to tell him what she did. But what can Captain Midnight do? The only chance of helping Conley is to get him to a hospital at once by plane. But the plane cannot take off until the wind shifts, if then. What will happen? Tune in Monday to Captain Midnight. Remember, get your very own free picture of Captain Midnight and his two young friends, Chuck and Patsy, at your Skelly service station the next time you're out in the family car. It's something every young friend of Captain Midnight should have, because it's autographed by the three most famous members of your own 1940 Flight Patrol: Captain Midnight, Chuck Ramsey, and Patsy Donovan. They're all dressed in their flying suits and helmets, too. Say, people sure will know you're a real aviation fan when they see this picture up on the wall of your room. And, of course, the best part of it is, this swell picture is absolutely free to every member of Captain Midnight's 1940 Flight Patrol. You just show your Skelly man your membership card and get your free picture right then and there. So remember, when you're out in the family car tonight or tomorrow or Sunday, have Mother or Dad stop by your Skelly service station for sure. Have your membership card all ready so your Skelly man can give you your big free picture without a single moment's delay. Now don't forget to tune in again Monday, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight, brought to you by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Can some way be found of saving Bud Conley's life? With the takeoff by airplane impossible, are Captain Midnight and his party stranded, beyond reach of help? Be sure to listen Monday. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly man, saying goodbye and happy landing! The Skelly Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 3 times each week by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Skelly, you know, was the originator of tailor-made gasoline and motor oil. The famous Skelly Aeromax gasoline and Skelly Tagoline motor oil. Tailor-made for your weather. But first, tell me this. How many of you fellas and girls stopped at your Skelly service station this weekend to get your free picture of Captain Midnight and his 2 young friends, Chuck and Patsy? Well, if you haven't got yours yet, let me urge you to get one from your Skelly man the next time you're out in the family car. Because, look, these aren't any ordinary pictures, you know. You can't even buy pictures like this anywhere in the world. But you can get them free at your Skelly service station if you're a member of the 1940 Flight Patrol. And say what's more, this picture is autographed to you by all 3 of these famous members of your own big radio club: Captain Midnight, Chuck Ramsey, and Patsy Donovan. They're all dressed in their flying suits and helmets in the picture, too. And they're standing right beside Captain Midnight's sleek monoplane. Boy, oh boy, will you be proud to show this swell picture to all your friends. You'll pin it up on the wall of your room, too, I'll bet, and you'll think more of it than almost any picture you ever own. But look, did you know this? You don't have to spend a single penny to get this marvelous picture of Captain Midnight and his 2 young friends. No, sir, not even a penny for a stamp. You don't need any seals or labels or box tops or anything like that either. All you do is show your Skelly man your Flight Patrol membership card, and he'll give you one of these 12 pictures absolutely free right then and there. Just stop at your Skelly service station the next time you're out driving with Mother or Dad. Now, if you're not a member of the 1940 Flight Patrol, your Skelly man will tell you how to join. And that's free, too. Why, you even get a free Flight Patrol Medal of Membership that spins. But above all, you'll want your swell new picture of Captain Midnight and those two grand youngsters, Chuck Ramsey and Patsy Donovan. So remember, to get your own free copy of this marvelous picture, ask Mother or Dad to stop in at your Skelly service station the next time you're driving by. Show your Skelly man your Flight Patrol membership card and get your very own autographed picture of Captain Midnight and his friends absolutely free. And now to Captain Midnight. Unless medical attention is obtained for Bud Conley, who is stricken with fever, Conley is liable to die. He, his chief, Major Barry Steele, and Captain Midnight's party are far from civilization in old Mexico. The clearing where Captain Midnight landed his plane is so small that a takeoff from it cannot be made except in one direction, and then after the wind shifts. It is now early afternoon, and Captain Midnight and Chuck Ramsey are standing near their plane on the edge of the field talking things over. Let's listen as Captain Midnight says,
No, Chuck, no. There hasn't been any change in the wind at all. If anything, it's stronger.
Oh, gosh. I was sure hoping that wind would shift. Now there doesn't seem to be any chance.
I'm afraid not. Sky is clear. Certainly looks as if conditions are going to stay as they are indefinitely.
From what Ma Donovan says, I guess Bud Conley must be pretty sick.
Well, she didn't say in so many words, but I don't think she believes there's a chance for him if we can't get him out of here right away.
Gee, isn't there something we can do? Something we hadn't thought of before?
I don't know what it'd be, Chuck. Of course, we might have overlooked something.
You radioed a code message about Ivan Chalk's plane, didn't you?
Yes, Chuck, I did. And at the same time, I sent a message telling him about our situation here. And there's nothing more I could say.
They could drop provisions for us.
Sure. That wouldn't help Bud Conley.
Well, they could drop medicine for him.
Yeah, they could do that, too. If that isn't getting him to a hospital, and that's what he needs. It wouldn't do any good for anyone to land here. They'd be in just as bad a fix as we are, unable to fly out again.
Has Conley got a family?
Yes. He's got a wife and 4 children.
Oh, gosh, Captain Midnight, that's terrible. We just can't let him die.
Well, listen, Chuck. I've thought of one thing, but, well, it might take too much time.
What is it, Captain Midnight?
Now, look down the field here. You will probably be the one who has to take off. Now, the plane will be turned around with its tail right between these trees. The takeoff will be straight ahead toward the north. You see that, don't you?
But I see those tall trees in the way.
Yes, you're right. And that's the plan I had in mind.
Well, gee, Captain Midnight, what about those trees?
Now, look. Take a careful look, Chuck. And just try to imagine what it would be like if some of those trees weren't there.
Why, if it weren't for 3 or 4 of those high trees, oh, there'd be a lot more room for a takeoff.
Absolutely, Chuck. As a matter of fact, if just 3 of those trees were out of the way, it'd make all the difference in the world. In fact, I think that you, weighing less than I, could take off with Bud Conley, even downwind, with those trees gone.
I could do it. I'm sure I could. Oh, but how can we get rid of those 3 trees? Look how big they are.
Yes, that's the whole trouble, Chuck. All we've got is a very small hatchet. It would take days to chop through those big trunks.
And also, you wouldn't know which way they were going to fall.
Well, I don't think that'd make much difference. The wheels of the plane would be off the ground before you got that far. If those 3 trees were out of the way, we could get Conley out of here even if the wind doesn't change. Yeah, but I'm afraid there's no way to get them down short of a tornado.
Do you suppose there's anything else we could take out of the plane to make it lighter?
Oh, no. We've done all we can. Anything else would weaken the structure.
Yes, I guess you're right. But gosh, Captain Midnight, what are we going to do anyway? I mean, when we do get out. We can't stay here forever, even if we are too late to save Conley.
Well, the first thing we've got to do, that is after we get across the border from here, is to go back to Senor Paredes' hacienda for Pinky Drake and Slim Pool. Then put Pablo in that flying school. And then
Yes, but what about you? What's going to happen to you?
I've still got that big job on my hands, Chuck.
Ivan Shark?
Yes. I don't know what the pursuit of Shark might lead to. It may take me around the world again before I'm through.
But can't I come along? I've helped you before. Well, at least a little bit.
You've no idea how much you've helped me. And it isn't just the actual help you've given either. It's the company, the companionship that has meant more than anything else to me.
I'm glad to hear you say that. After all, I'm just a kid. I know I make a lot of mistakes, and I'm not, well, the sort of a companion an older person would be.
I've come to rely on you so much that I wouldn't quite know what to do without you.
You've been just like a father to me. To be truthful, you've been more than a father to me.
What do you mean, Chet?
Well, it's like this. I don't know whether you've ever noticed it or not, but lots of kids never have any fun with their fathers. They respect them too much. Oh, gosh, I'm getting sort of all mixed up.
No, Chuck, no. You mean that lots of kids respect their fathers so much that they're afraid to have any fun with them.
Well, that's it. That's it exactly. Mm-hmm. A kid looks up to his father so much that his father seems too far away from him.
Yes, I know only too well what you're talking about. Now, Chuck, I've seen hundreds of fathers and sons like that. And I've always said that if I had a son of my own, he certainly wouldn't be like that at all.
You wouldn't be, and you haven't been with me. You take me into your confidence. You let me know what you're thinking about, what you're trying to do. And I guess that lots of fathers don't do that.
No, Chuck, they don't. That's where they make a big mistake. They gradually grow apart, and they finally live in different worlds. The boy doesn't know anything about his father's problems, and the father doesn't know anything about his son's. Except when the boy does something wrong.
And then he gets punished.
Yes, and that tends to separate them farther than ever.
Maybe if the father and son were closer together, the son wouldn't do things that he'd have to be punished for.
You know, Chuck, you're getting to be quite a philosopher.
Well, anyway, I'm glad you and I aren't that way. You know what my problems are, and I know what yours are.
Yes, that brings me back to what started this discussion. It may be that much as we both would dislike it, it would be better if I would work alone for a while.
But why? Honestly, I don't see why.
Well, now, listen. You want to be a pilot, don't you, Chuck?
Well, of course. I can fly some now. At least I can get a ship up and down.
Don't say you can. Out of plenty tight spots, too.
But merely being able to handle the controls of a ship, it doesn't make a pilot.
There, you're right. Merely being able to handle the controls of an airplane doesn't make a pilot. That's only a very small part of it. There are probably thousands of pilots who could take a big airliner up from the field, circle it, and then make a perfect landing. But do you suppose that same pilot could take that same airliner off, loaded with passengers, fly from one city to another 700 miles away through tough weather, where he had to fly by instruments and radio, and get his passengers there safely?
There are probably less than 1 out of 10 who could.
Less than 1 out of 10? Percentage is much smaller than that. To be a perfectly competent airline pilot, it takes the ability to fly. That's elementary. Then, beyond that, it takes absolute presence of mind, quick thinking, and above all, the thing that's known as character.
Character? I've heard that word a lot, and yet I don't think I know exactly what it means.
Stability. The thing which can be relied upon. Reliability.
I guess that's important in anything, not just airplane flying.
You're right, Chuck. I rather think that reliability is the most important characteristic in the world.
But to come back to what we were talking about, you spoke about a separation, and you asked me if I wanted to be a good pilot.
Well, now, look here, Chuck. Going around with me, you learn a certain amount, that's true. But you don't learn as much, as thoroughly, as you would if you were going through the regular routine of a flying school.
You mean you want me to go to a flying school?
I think it would be an excellent thing for you. Oh, I'd see you often. During part of the year, your vacations, we could be together. And I'd test you out to see how much you've learned. Then when you get through, I'll put the finishing touches on you.
Gee, and then what?
Well, I don't know. I've got to stay in the flying business, I know that. There are plenty of opportunities for new airlines, Chuck. Yes, I might start one. You could be one of my pilots. I'll give you an interest in the business, and then when you get good enough, you could be chief pilot.
Gosh, wouldn't that be swell?
You bet. Yes, Chuck, that sounds pretty good. But then, I guess we'd better quit daydreaming and get back to business here.
Oh, just one thing more.
Yeah?
Patsy Donovan can be one of our stewardesses.
That's good. That's a foregone conclusion. And we'll get Steve Donovan and make a pilot out of him, too. And, well, let's see. Are there any other members in the family?
Well, there's Pinky and Slim. And what do we do with them?
Oh, yeah, Pinky and Slim. Say, I know. We'll have them ride back and forth on the line to amuse the passengers with their squabbles.
They'd sure keep them amused all right. Oh, and don't forget, there's Pablo. He's almost one of the family now.
Oh, sure. Well, we might have a branch going down here into Mexico. He could fly on that division.
Oh, look. Here comes our stewardess.
Well, what in the world have you two been doing all this time?
Well, to tell you the truth, Patsy, I think we've been doing a little daydreaming.
Oh, so that's it. What about the wind? Is it just as strong as ever?
Gosh, I'm afraid it is, Patsy.
Yes, it is. Oh, any change in Bud Conley's condition?
No, he's just about the same.
Well, I'm going back to talk to Major Steele. You better stay here, Chuck, and let me know if that wind changes.
I'll stay too then, because Ma doesn't need me for a while.
All right. You stay here with Chuck. I'll see you both after a while.
Tell me the truth, Patsy. Is Mr. Conley worse?
Yes, Chuck, I think he is. I can tell it by the way Ma acts.
Oh, gee, Patsy, this is terrible. Mr. Conley's going to die of that fever if we don't fly him out of here. Say, what are you looking at?
Quick, Chuck. Look over there.
What is it? What are you looking at? I don't see anything.
The top of that ridge on the right, Chuck. See? Floating up in the air. Why, it looks like smoke.
Smoke? Blazing beacons, Patsy. It is smoke. Maybe this will show us a way out. Maybe it will mean help. Come on, let's investigate.
Well, can Patsy and Chuck be right? Is it really smoke they see at the top of the nearby ridge? Major Steele said he had explored the region and had found no sign of human habitation. What will Chuck and Patsy discover when they climb to the top of the ridge? Tune in to Captain Midnight. Say, have you got a big brother or a big sister that's away at college? Well, if so, you know how college students like to have pictures of their friends all over the walls of their rooms, don't you? Well, look, they're not the only ones that can have pictures of their friends up in their rooms. No, sir, because you can have a picture nobody else but members of the new 1940 Flight Patrol can even get hold of. A swell big picture of Captain Midnight standing in front of his speedy monoplane with Chuck Ramsey and Patsy Donovan. It's a picture that anybody would be proud to own. And listen, it's free to members of the 1940 Flight Patrol. So remember, to get your free picture, this is all you do. Just stop by your Skelly service station the next time you're out riding with Mother or Dad. Show your Skelly man your Flight Patrol membership card, and he'll give you your very own autographed picture of Captain Midnight and his friends absolutely free. Now, don't forget, stop at your Skelly service station for your free picture tonight. And don't forget to listen Wednesday, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight. Brought to you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Have Chuck and Patsy found a means of escape from the forest wilderness in Old Mexico so that Bud Conley's life can still be saved? What does the smoke mean? Be sure to listen Wednesday. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly man, saying goodbye and happy landing!
You've been listening to Captain Midnight, The Mysterious Voice, episodes 1 through 5, originally broadcast in 1940. Captain Midnight was one of the most enduring juvenile adventure programs of American radio, running for years and later expanding into comic strips, novels, and early television. At its height, it reached millions of listeners, not only children, but families, offering a vision of heroism defined by competence, loyalty, and collective responsibility. What distinguishes The Mysterious Voice is not its complexity, but its structure. The threat is impersonal, persistent, and unresolved by design. Each episode withholds closure, reinforcing the serial form's essential promise that danger is ongoing, vigilance is required, and order must be actively maintained. In the context of 1940, this mattered. These stories trained young listeners to think in terms of continuity rather than crisis, to understand conflict not as a single dramatic event, but as something that unfolds over time and demands sustained attention. In that sense, Captain Midnight functions as both entertainment and rehearsal. Coverage of this program is part of the effort here at the Porcupine Presents to venture further off the canonical path of Golden Age radio, exploring series like this one, programs that may not fit modern expectations of sophistication, but reveal how narrative, authority, and morality were communicated to a mass audience at formative moments in American history. If you'd like to continue listening to The Mysterious Voice, Episodes 6 through 33 follow without commentary in subsequent additional videos on YouTube or podcast audios on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, allowing the serial to play out as originally intended. Sometimes the most revealing stories aren't the darkest or the most complex, but the ones that show us what a culture thought its children needed to hear. Until next time.